All right, this is example 3 for page 39. So over here, we're going to follow this process of we're still dilating this triangle ABC. If you look at example 3, it says dilate triangle ABC about point P using a scale factor of K equals 3. So a couple things happening over here. First, we're saying dilate triangle about point P. So about point P is talking about the center of dilation. So that is the point that's not moving, right? So the dilation is, everything is being dilated away from P. So the point P is the center of the dilation, which means, and then the next part is how much are we dilating it by, and that's from a scale factor of K equals 3. So now we have the center of dilation, and we know that it's going to be dilated by a scale factor of 3. So the process at which we go to draw this dilation is we go to the center, P, and we measure the distance from P to each of the vertices. Now, if we had a coordinate plane, we could just get the coordinates, multiply by the scale factor, and everything would be fine. But since we don't have a coordinate plane, we have to measure the actual distance from the center, P, and then to each vertice. So the distance from P to A, then P to B, then P to C. We'll take that distance and then we'll multiply it by the scale factor, and then that'll give us our new dilated coordinates. So let's look at from P to B. So from the center of dilation at point P all the way up to B, that measurement looks like about 2.123. Let's just go 2.3. All right, so if it's about 2.3, that means in order to get our dilated point, we'll take 2.3 centimeters and we'll multiply it by the scale factor. All right, so knowing that our length from P to B is 2.3 centimeters, we'll multiply it by the scale factor of 3, and it'll give us 6.9 centimeters. So from P, we'll now go up the ruler all the way up to 6.9 centimeters and mark our new coordinate B prime. All right, so we went all the way up to 6.9, marked our new coordinate B prime, and that is our first dilated point. So just to recap, we took the length from P to B, so that was about 2.3, and then we multiplied it by the scale factor, which was 3, so 2.3 times 3 gave us 6.9, and then we went from P again, since it's our center of dilation, and went all the way up to 6.9, marked our B prime, and then we're going to follow that same process now for A and for C. Okay, so we're measuring from the center of dilation P to our coordinate C, and it looks like it's pretty much the same. I'd say it's probably 2.3 again. So we'll follow this same process over here. So since P to C is 2.3, multiplied by the scale factor again gives us another 6.9 centimeters. And so we'll go from P and we'll go and mark the 6.9 centimeters away from P. All right, so we multiplied the distance from P to C by 3, and it took us to 6.9 centimeters. That's where our new C prime is now. So we dilated about point P. We have our C prime. We'll do the same thing for A. Okay, we're looking at the distance from P, the center of dilation, to A. And it pretty much looks the exact same distance as well. We'll say 2.3 centimeters. So same thing, we multiply 2.3 times 3, it gives us 6.9, so we can mark our new coordinate A prime. All right, so we've marked our new coordinate A prime. So recapping, the distance from P to A is 2.3 centimeters, and then we multiply that by the scale factor. So 2.3 times 3 is 6.9, so P to A prime is 6.9 centimeters away, about right there. Now we have all three coordinates dilated by a scale factor of 3 about point A. We can then connect the dots, and if we did it correctly, it should look just like the original triangle, just 3 times larger. All right, so that's all of them connected. Factoring in the human element of making errors, it looks pretty much exactly the same as the original triangle, just 3 times bigger. And you can notice that point P is the center of the dilation, so you can see how the dilation is all going outwards from the point P. So just remember that part. Now that you've finished this, so this is dilating triangle ABC about point P using a scale factor of k equals 3. Now you guys can try out example 4 on page 40, following the same exact process. Whatever the center of dilation is, you then measure from the center of that dilation to each of the vertices, and then multiply it by whatever the scale factor they tell you to.